Here is a tool that you won't find anywhere else, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's the Lick Library. So when I click on Lick Library, you get this window appearing. This is the where you can choose your Lick Library, and as you can see, I've got quite a few libraries here. I can choose, I can add, like create a new library, or I can delete, which is pretty self-explanatory. You can also open the familiar licks, and I'll show you what this looks like at the end of the video. Okay, so let's choose one. Let's choose Sean's Licks, and we get this window here. Now, we've got worked on licks. You've got 5 controls here: worked on ticked licks, create a lick, edit selected lick, print ticked licks, and delete selected lick. And here are all your licks for this particular library, which is called Sean's Licks. Okay, so let's see what it's all about. Let's tick all of these. I can check them out just by pressing play. Okay, so let's use this control, worked on tick licks. Now a window will open. This window has some information here. It has a graphic which I created with Guitar Pro. Guitar Pro is a fantastic program for creating tablature, and it's a very complementary tool to my software. My software doesn't claim to do anything that Guitar Pro does, so I highly recommend getting yourself a copy of Guitar Pro, legal copy that is, my friends. And let's see what else this window has to offer. Okay, it's got the information: Brett's intro lick, artist Brett Garsed, track Hey T-Bone, album should be Centrifugal Funk. I can change that in the edit. It's that many seconds into the song. It's in F minor, and it's kind of fusion kind of tune. This is a fantastic lick, and I knew that I wanted to learn it as soon as I heard it. It's by the interstellar Brett Garsed, who's an Australian guitarist. And right now, let's play it by pressing spacebar or this play button. So here we go. Like I said, fantastic lick. Let's just turn off the information. Now, as you can see, here's a waveform. We can change the volume. We can press stop, pause, play. We can cycle through all the other tick licks. For example, here's one by Rosanna. This is in the song Rosanna by Steve Lukather. Here's another Steve Lukather tune. These are all the licks that I ticked. So let's go back to Brett Garsed. Now in this wave file, I can click and right click or control click on Mac to select a section. If I press space, I can loop it. Okay, now here is where it all gets kind of interesting. See the speed control? You can slow it down by 75%, 50%, 25% even by clicking on the numbers, or you can just drag it. Or you may choose 75% because you can learn the lick at 75%. Now if I press play and select this lick, you can see that it's slowed down. Now you stop and play by using the spacebar. I get stop and play, so I can just have my keyboard in front of me and just do that kind of thing. Now the metronome, let's go back to 100%. You'll actually see that this song is 100 beats per minute. When I slow it down, the number in the metronome will change. Right now, if I press M or activate the metronome, this is the same tempo as the song. If I slow down the song to 75%, the metronome slows down as well to match the song. So that's incredibly useful for just helping you to get your timing sussed out. and as you may know, timing is more important than the notes. So now I'm going to show you this record tool. Now I cannot use this record tool using this screen capture because it seems to just interrupt the screen capture. But what I'm going to do is just tell you a little bit about it. Okay, so we have record, stop, play, save your file to lick. As you can see, I'm using it's got a recording level. I can choose which input here. I've got speed control just like above, and when I record myself, a wave will appear in this window here. The hotkeys are R for record, S for stop, H for here, and you just click on this to save your recorded version to file. Now this is cool for a number of reasons. It means that you can record yourself playing this lick to see if you've got the same vibe and can make the lick sound exactly like the original. This is great for developing control, and also it helps you to get great it'll help you to implement this in your own playing. Using the speed control, you can slow yourself down to make sure you're playing accurately, or speed yourself up to see if you can achieve new speed goals by hearing yourself playing faster. Okay, so that's pretty much the work on licks. Let's close this. We've got create a lick. Now let's click on this. Alright, so here's where you create a lick, and I'm going to give you an example of what's going on here. So if I click on this, I can enter my information. But what I'm going to do now is load up some audio. So I go to Tools, Launch Audio Snipper. Now with this tool I can load a song. Let's choose Wonder by King's X, one of my favorite bands. A wave will appear in this window here, and I can select different parts that I want to audition. Okay, so let's find some guitar playing. Maybe here. Okay, it's not really complicated guitar playing like we like it, but it gives me an example to show you. Okay, so once I've got my part, I can trim it. So that gives me the lick in this version. I can audition. Very cool. Okay, so I can close this now, and I go to Tools. Actually, I go to Insert. Now here I can insert my image from a file or from the clipboard, or the sound, which we're going to do. Upload audio from file. Use your recorded playing, like you recorded. You can record here and use that. Or load from Audio Snipper, which is what we're going to do. So I press load from Audio Snipper, and there is our wave. Let's check it out. Very nice. Okay, I can write some information like Tai Tabor. Now, like most other text tools in my software, I've created a font, so if you want to have sharps and flats, just use the hash key, or you can use percentage key for flats. So Tai Tabor rips it up. I'm sure that there's only one P there, so let's do that. Okay, so I go to edit the information, rips it up, just give you some kind of snazzy name, Tai Tabor. It's already entered the song in here. I can alter that and get rid of the 04. Get rid of this 1. Okay, album, Out of the Silent Planet. Great album. See if you can get it. It tells me how far into the song already that this lick is. I'm not sure what the key is. I have to use my perfect pitch tools in the ear training. Okay, tap BPM. Let's press play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I got a tempo of 86. If I want to round that down, I can change it to 80 or 90. Now, if I move out of these text boxes, it updates the information, and I can choose whether it's rock or jazz or whatnot. So I just close that. So that's pretty much how you edit it. Once again, you can record yourself and do that. I should recommend also that you do a bit of a test before you start with Lick Library, because for example, when I use my Mac, I haven't got any recording features on that, so I can when I choose the audio, I can choose use OpenAL record. That's only if you have problems with QuickTime. QuickTime is the best because then it has a recording level, or none. So just do a quick test before you start Lick Library to make sure that no crashes appear if you use QuickTime Record. If it does, use OpenAL Record, which is a bit more stable but not so cool as the QuickTime Record. I should also recommend, I have to tell you that when you use this software, you need to download QuickTime. If you're using Windows, you'll have to download it. Mac usually has it. You'll also have to install the OpenAL record, OpenAL library. Just a minute. Okay, that's pretty much Lick Library, create a lick. I'll just close that because I don't want to save it. Alright, edit a lick. So let's choose the Rosanna lick. Now, with this lick, once again, I didn't tell you this before, but if you see a graphic, you can, by right-clicking it or control-click on the Mac, you can copy this graphic to the clipboard to use in other applications. This is pretty much like create a lick. You can just edit all the things. Actually, let's use this lick because I wanted to update something here. So let me just click here. Now the album is Centrifugal Funk. Centrifugal Funk is a great album because it features the late great Sean Lane, Brett Garsed and Frank Gambale dueling it out on hot tracks. So this is put out by Mark Varney, I think, and it's a great, really great album. So let's just edit that. Okay, now I've updated that lick, so see. Oh, did I? Okay, that's better. Alright, so update this lick. Alright, so when I go back to this and I go refresh, we'll see that Brett's intro lick is Hey T-Bone, Centrifugal Funk. Alright, now more on this page. You've got export, where you can export a library to your desktop, so you can like save it. Say for example you're going to reinstall everything. You've got launch tools where you can launch the metronome, choose another library, or launch the familiarizer tool. I'll show you that in a second. Print ticked licks. So let's tick all these. Print. Now this will take any lick that has a graphic and produce a printable version of these. This is great for students or for your own study. Delete selected lick. I think that that's pretty self-explanatory. Now this filter here means that I can search through, if I have a huge lick library, for different keywords. So if I go refresh, the only song in Centrifugal Funk is Brett's intro lick. So let's just refresh. And I'm going to show you the familiarizer. Now before I leave this window, I just want to show you how to add licks to the familiarizer, which I'll show you how it works in a second. Okay, so let's choose one lick from here. Actually, let's choose maybe another library. Let's say jazz licks. Let's choose this. I don't think I have many in here. Alright, we've got a Chet Baker lick, so let's work on that lick. Now when I work on this lick, I'll have an option to add this to the familiarizer, which I'll do. Okay, so let's go out of this. And let's open the familiarizer, and we're going to click on open the familiarizer. Okay, now this is the familiarizer. As you can see, there's a nice billboard here, and we can check out the sound library. These are all the licks that I've added to the familiarizer. So there's our jazz lick that we just added. So let's tick all of these. So I've ticked them all. Hide the sound library. And if I press, I've got control, so I can play shuffled or play straight, stop playing, hide presets, hide the sound library, which we're checking out. Let's play straight. Okay, so you can see what happens is it presents the information here. It plays you your lick collection that you have added to the familiarizer. And the basic reason that this is cool is because it gets you familiar with what your licks that you are working on sound like. Because the clearer the picture you have of the lick in your mind, the easier it will be to be able to play it accurately. So that's why I've included the familiarizer. So that's pretty much everything to do with lick library. Remember, add your own licks from your music collection. I'm not sure what the copyright laws are, but like I said, don't share your lick library with anybody else, your lick libraries with anybody else, unless they've got the same album. Okay, because we want to support the artists. And artists are what you maybe or are wanting to become. So support your artist by buying the album. Anyway, I'll stop pontificating right now, and I'll shut this down, and be sure to check out the other tools in Guitar Sight Reader Toolbox.